This is a review of the 2015 Dodge Charger. It looks pretty darn good. I will say the exterior styling is one of the strengths of this car. I really like this car from behind, especially in the evening with the LED lights. Also the front looks amazing. Out of all its competitors, I think it's probably the best looking, if not one of the best looking cars. Although the new 2016 Nissan Maxima is pretty freaking awesome. However, for now, look at in back here, you have like that black part underneath the spoiler there where the exhaust is. I love that. It does a really good contrast with the lighter colors. Front end looks really mean. I mean, this looks like a really mean American muscle sedan, if that makes sense. This car on the road has very low road noise. It's a wonderful highway cruiser. Oh, look at those wheels. Oh, I didn't like those wheels. And the noise, vibration, harshness is very, very low. In the back, the trunk is a cave. Oh, killer pull-in camera shot. And the optional Beats audio has like 500 something, 500 watts. It sounds amazing. Really interesting design language. I think maybe there's a bit of over red because the exterior of the car is red, but if it were any other color, I think this would look incredible. Rear seats are very thick. They're not following the thin seat trend, Chrysler, or Dodge I should say. In the back, lots of room, small windows for the rear passengers, but otherwise wonderful. Rear vents and even rear heated seats. During the drive, I discuss that a bit. Here it is again, lots of room, everything's fine. The chassis / ride setup is really set up for sportiness comfort, if you want. It's like a sweet spot. I was shocked how well the car drove. The seats do come down 60/40, which is very convenient, but they don't fold flat, but you'll still be able to get all your winter tires in there, which is fine. That's the rear view mirror. It was a little bit small, I thought, but still very good. The interior quality was excellent. The trim felt expensive. Contrast stitching everywhere. Chrome highlights, and even a funky, instead of a handbrake they have a pedal brake and a nice large flat dead pedal. Once again, I really was taken aback by the very high quality interior design language. I mean, this is a $35,000 to $40,000 car, full size. It was very good. Memory seats, it came very well equipped for a base model with a lot of options. I thought it was very good. There again, the Beats audio with one of my dramatic pull-in shots with the camera, which I find is not really working, but what the hell. The front passengers are well seated. It's excellent in here. The seats are comfortable for the long run. You're just gonna make yourself at home here so quick. The engine smoothness of this car is okay, and the fuel economy is nothing to write home about, but is half decent considering the size of the car. I really liked the steering wheel. The control haptics are very good quality. The center screen, very high quality. The gauges stare at you. It's just a wonderful place to be and look at. And speaking of look at, turn your head a bit to the right. You have an excellent infotainment unit. Easy to use. It has a tactile feature. It has redundant volume knobs. It has redundant climate control knobs. That's really the way to go, I think. Even the shifter has a clever park, reverse, neutral drive. The headliner is very good quality. The lights are good quality. Also, these cute little touches like Dodge Brothers design in Detroit, I find that freaking awesome. Here is the drive, a very good impression the car gave me. Okay, this is the review of the 2015 Dodge Charger. And it's sort of like the four-door version of the Challenger, if you want. I am very surprised by this car. It really drives well. I guess because of my age, I'm old enough and conditioned to think of Chrysler products as flashy on the outside and worth nothing else elsewhere, because that was the 80s, 90s, and the first 10 years of the 21st century. That was my experience with Chrysler. I'm driving this car, and happily, it's the base model. You know how we always get the biggest car with the high level engine, high level of thing, or I wouldn't have minded the Hellcat, but I mean, I like to test the base model because that's what most people buy. And I love what they've done with this car. First of all, this car drives like a mid-size, yet it's a full-size. And what I mean by that is that they did a couple of things to make the driving experience, I would say, borderline sporty. One, they've given you a wonderful steering wheel, nice fat grip, soft leather, with beautiful grips at the 10 and 2. Nice place to rest your thumbs at the 9 and 3. It's wonderful. Another thing they've done is the control weights. And what I mean by that is that the steering is very tight. Like, more tight than you would think for a car this size and also this brand. The pedal, the gas pedal, just a light press on it jolts you forward. The all-wheel drive system is set up to be mostly in rear-wheel drive, which frees up the front wheels of accelerating the car, so you have like a pretty good rear-wheel drive feel. Yet, we can drive it 4 seasons. The interior quality is, quite frankly, in another world compared to past Chrysler products. Soft touch everywhere. Intelligent design language, like this red insert in the doors. It's wonderful. You know, there's just a contrast of color here with dark blacks and really refined reds. It's wonderful. The handling is excellent on this car. Once again, I can't get over it feels like a midsize. So the engine has a nice sound. That's another thing that increases like the sportiness of this car. It's still huge. Like, don't get me wrong, when you're looking around, this car is big, but from behind the seat, it doesn't feel that big, and that is incredible. I can't remember the last time I said that about a Chrysler product, ever. Like, I don't remember the last time I ever said that. So the drive is wonderful. This car even comes with cooled seats, which you can adjust with the infotainment screen. It is tactile. So center graphics between the speedometer and the RPM, wonderful quality. Graphics for the infotainment, very good quality. The dials, easy to use. The controls are intuitive. This interior rocks. And imagine, I can't believe I'm saying that of a Chrysler product. 5 years ago, they made the worst interiors. Now I think maybe they make almost the best interiors of the Americans. I think even it gives the Japanese a run for their money. Seating in this car is wonderful. In front, very comfortable. In back, very comfortable. Lots of room. The rear passenger was telling me that she loves the heated seats option in the back. That's great. The rear trunk is a cave. Full of room. Lots of room. Once again, you're buying a full size, you're getting all the full size attributes. What about the reliability? Well, no one knows, huh? This is like a new company, right? Fiat owns Chrysler now, so I don't know like what the reliability is going to be in the long term, and that is the big question mark. Because let's say if you gave this car a Honda reliability, I mean, I would recommend it to you easily. It's well priced too. It's in the $30-ish thousand range, which is very competitively priced for a car this size, of course, in Canadian dollars. So yeah, that's another thing. Like the suspension, it's stiff, but it doesn't crash hard over bumps. Like, it's very comfortable. In the city driving just now, it was very comfortable, and out on the highway, Ross was saying that this is the cruiser by excellence, and I have to agree with him. This car is just a wonderful cruise on the highway. 1,500 RPM, the 8-speed automatic puts you way down in the RPM. You hardly hear the engine, and you just go forward. So easy to drive. So in conclusion, if we take away the question mark reliability, I think this is a very good car. in fact, it's recommendable just because it has everything. I mean, I can't think of anything. It's not missing anything.